Let me talk to you. This is Table Lesson Bumps. You shocked already? I'm getting off the pod. We gotta come with the energy, man. We gotta come with the energy. So this is Tables, Ladders, and Bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wrestling podcast for you guys. We hear you bringing you guys some dope conversations. Get you guys ideas sparked. Get you engaged. Probably talk about some crazy stuff when we get into our recap for the show. I think I'm gonna change the recap from this review or Raw review, a SmackDown review. I want to go to what's popping because it's usually about things that gets us popping from the week.
Pop. Yep.
Yeah, so what's popping? We calling it what's popping. So we're gonna go over some stuff that made us pop for the week. We're gonna get into usually our three count, but it's just me and Marlon today. Thomas is busy doing stuff. We're gonna see him hopefully this Friday when we go live for the first time for Friday Night SmackDown, Friday the 13th. SmackDown is premiering on the USA Network. It's been a very, very long time since that has happened. It's been a minute since
Yeah.
I
What,
think they've
five,
been.
6 years?
Yeah, a long, long time. So
Long, long
we
time.
we doing our first live. So make sure you guys tune into that. Gonna be on the Table Ladders and Bumps YouTube channel. We also gonna get into the 10-4-3, which is a wild, crazy theory. It might happen. It might not happen. Who knows? That's what it is. It's just craziness. We're just sprouting stuff right off the top of a dome. We don't even know. I'm gonna put on a 10-4 hat. I'm gonna get a little crazy for you guys today. And so, man, we're going to get into it. So, like, once again, the table as a bump. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, give us feedback. Check out the reels, check out our shorts, check out everything that we're doing. Once again, man, the best podcast in the world with everyone saying tables,
Ye-
ladders, and bumps. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
So, Marlon, man,
go.
what you got for what's popping? Our
All
popping
right.
segment. What
What
you
is
got? What's popping
popping?
for the weekend?
It's definitely coming from Raw because SmackDown wasn't really popping for me. Um, that four-way number one contender, intercontinental contender match was like, damn. Jey Uso, Pete Dunne, Ilya Dragunov, and Braun Strowman. What an eclectic combination for a
Yeah.
four-way
Yeah.
title match. Everybody had their spots. And someone was saying that a lot of times during this match, there was more of a triple threat vibe versus a quadruple chaotic type of situation. But as you and I had talked about before, triple threat situations in WWE have been pretty tough. Tough in a
Mm-hmm.
good way. Like they've been pretty strong. So I love that match. Jey Uso to me was a believable as a not only a superstar but as a wrestler. May have been, he's still working with his limited move set, but as what is it? Will Ferrell
That
saying,
super kick,
Blades of
that super
Glory."
kick he gave Dragunov.
Oh, as Dragunov was coming off the top, was
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
one? Oof! And the one where after Dragunov gave the H bomb too. That was like snap. Um, what did Jey Uso's shoe say to the face? Slap. Um, no, like as what's his name says in Blades of Glory, Will Ferrell. Nobody knows what it means, but it gets the crowd going. That's Jey Uso's wrestling skill set to me. It's like I don't know. I love the guy as a superstar, but his wrestling skills are man. So I would say that Ilya Dragunov was the glue in that match. I don't think Pete Dunne could carry that match by himself. I don't think Braun Strowman may literally be able to carry the match by himself, but not like
Yeah.
figuratively as a wrestling type of situation. So, what are your thoughts? I got 1 point to make if you don't bring it up, but what are your thoughts on the Fatal Four Way for the IC number one contender?
I mean, once again, it just shows like I said, I wasn't familiar with Dragonov's game, right? He came from NXT. He was doing work down there. He moved to the main roster. He's been doing work ever since then. And you're right. He's been the glue. He's been the glue. He was the glue in that match, that whole time match. Like there was so many awesome spots that included Dragunov in it. You know, and him just taking punishment and selling it. Like him over the top, over the rope, and Pete Dunne doing the finger breaking thing, and him selling the fingers being broken like this, like he's doing one of the five moves of death. You know, Like he's always great, man, and like he sold that super kick so well, from Jay Uso, and Jay Uso is being a recurring topic on our pod a lot,
He will be too.
and I guess he's a polarizing character for us, like some of us have opinion where he might be trash at times, and sometimes it's like, well, I can see what he brings to the table, what he brings to WWE, and why he's needed. And I think I'm torn because I don't want Jey Uso to get fed to Braun Breaker, and I feel that's what it is. I feel like it's a feed into Braun Breaker. Once again, main event Jey Uso, he wins a quote unquote semi big match. This is a big match for him, but now the bigger match is for now a singles championship, which I previously he was 0-7. So now I'm assuming he's gonna go 0-8. And so now what does that say about him? We had that record about Kevin Owens, who was 0-10, I think. But Kevin Owens also was very title heavy in his beginning of his career on the main roster. And so for Jey Uso, it's like, man, like I feel he's done something that most wrestlers haven't been able to do. He's been able to unite a whole like crowd, a whole country. The man went to France,
Mm-hmm.
all of France going crazy, more crazy than French fries.
Mm-hmm.
Bouncing around, eating all crazy. He takes that, he goes to wherever he goes, they eat and they bounce. And yeah, it's more than just fan participation, right? You got to actually be able to wrestle too and be able to carry a match. And I think he can do that if you put him against the right opponent. Can he carry a match by himself? No. Who can carry a match by themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's Miz wrestling John Cena,
Mm-hmm.
like we saw. But I think styles may fight, and you put him in the right matchup against the right person. It's believable for him to have a title run. It don't have to be a year. It could be 4 to 6 months, or no,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I feel Jey Uso has done enough to me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm not looking at the IC title as being prestigious. Like I never look forward to an IC title match, really,
Mm-hmm.
um, because Gunther didn't have personality to me. He was
Mm-hmm.
great he was great in the ring, but personality wise, he just lacked it for me. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't excited to see him. But I will say that he wrestles way better than Jey Uso. So
Mm-hmm.
I always knew I was gonna get a good match. Would I be entertained from his personality? No. And so, well, I get into that later, but Jey Uso brings that excitement, and I look forward to seeing Jey Uso every time he comes on the screen, whatever when he was in the ring. So I think for me, to be entertained in that way, I want Jey Uso to win, but it's not gonna happen. He's gonna get speared,
You don't think
and
so?
man, Braun Breaker just won, man. Like he just won at SummerSlam.
I feel that Braun can afford to lose because he's gotten it so early. So it's like you give him a
Yeah.
title real quick, boom, done, check the box. He can afford to lose it because he could still do what he's supposed to do as a superstar. And but now he has the IC title on his as a notch on his belt, even if he
Yeah.
loses it. So he'll be good. I feel that the way they're hyping up the two families, the Samoans and the Steiners,
Hmm.
I feel like this is Jay's time where the Samoans come out on top over the Steiner or against anybody in general.
Yeah.
But I think I don't want Jey Uso to have the IC belt personally. I feel like it's the workhorse, prestigious.
Hmm.
You got to. This is the scrappy dog type of title where
Yeah.
you're defending it with blood, sweat, and tears. It's not the popularity title like the Universal. So I don't want Jay to have it, but I feel like he's going to get it. And I'm eventually going to be okay with it. I'll let it play out. But I feel like this is the one, Pierre.
You think so?
I feel like this is the one where he finally gets it. The only thing I don't know is how they're going to book him after. If we're thinking Bloodline reunion or however that's going to play. If Jimmy Uso is going to come back. Um, so I mean that'd be hilarious if Jimmy comes back and screws Jay over again.
Again.
I
Yeah.
don't know what the motive would be, but I'd laugh and I'd definitely pop for it. So there was one thing about this match that literally had me jump, scream, and have my hand like, oh my god,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
tsunami! on a standing Braun Strowman.
Man, craziness. You gotta be on guard. You never know when it's a 300-pound guy sneaking up on you. You tsunami full speed.
Bro, that was for a glimpse. I saw Joseph Tessitore's face, like just he was that emoji of when he saw Bronson jump off the thing. And if you watch the playback and watch everybody else's faces in the crowd, it's just like,
Yeah, yeah.
damn, damn, that is
That was
crazy.
shot so well for us from through the TV to where you couldn't see it. He just came out of nowhere,
Yeah,
And then I seen that other clip that you sent me where you saw him like, dude, like I don't know if he ran up a ramp or whatever,
yeah,
but like for him to move like that, to be as agile as he is at that size,
yeah,
because he's not like a tall, lanky 330 or whatever. He's
mm-hmm.
still a round dude. He's a round dude. That's a
Yeah.
big ball of mass dude running up a ramp, still to be able to get balance wise, to be able to hit that tsunami on another dude that's what 6'8", 6'9", three something. Like there's a lot of mass in the ring, so you can't miss the mass. There's a lot of meat being slapped against each other.
Yep.
So it's like it's crazy. It's just meat on meat action, and I think I've always wanted to see Bronson Reed, Ivar, and Otis in a triple threat match. Just because. Just because. We seen them 1-on-ones before, but if I
You're
can't
right.
get that, I would take Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed. You know what? Put them at Bad Blood. Put them at Bad Blood.
Gee, yes. Yes, that'd be sick. That'd be
Bad Blood,
sick.
falls count anywhere match.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah, I say we need a match between Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker,
The title of
Bronny
LeBron.
James, LeBron James. Get all the bronze in there. Um, damn, that was insane. And if you watch the playback, you'll see Braun Strowman has to get air in order for him to get on that table. So you can see him jump up as
Yeah,
Bronson is coming down on him.
yeah.
Golly. Man, that
And it's
was so
like,
sick.
dude, you can't. And much of people say wrestling is fake or whatever, like, yeah, we get the script land or whatever, and scripting is predetermined, but yo, you can't fake that. I
Yeah.
don't care. Dude, Bronson Reed 300, like I say, 30 something pounds. He probably more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to catch that dude.
Yep.
No matter what. Like there's still a lot coming at you. Even Braun Strowman being a strong, well, I think a strongman champion or whatever the case may be. Like yo, like you, it's just like it's amazing at what different feats they're able to do at different times like that. Like it's crazy. And then like yo, it's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
WB is straight chaos. It's organized chaos, and I'm here for it, man. Like
Here
that
for it.
was a great match, great spot. I look forward more for Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. Initially, I didn't know what to expect of them two matching up. I just thought it was gonna be Bronson Reed squashing Braun Strowman, but it's turning out to be something solid, and I'm happy for it.
I did not know I needed this in my life. Anyway, the Fatal Four-Way itself was sick. Great ending. Reverse Pete Dunne's finishing move, which I forget what it is right now. I keep wanting to say
Bitter,
Burning
bitter
Hammer,
end,
but it's not. What was it?
bitter end. I think it
The
is.
bitter end. And then boom, H bomb. And then boom, super kick. Boom, Uso splash. Jay Uso with the 1, 2, 3. Gonna go against Braun Breaker at Bad Blood. So, all right. What do you got for
But
the
did they announce that Bad Blood?
Oh
I
no.
know the match.
No, they
Did they
didn't. I'm
announce it yet?
assuming that. We don't know when that's gonna happen. But I'll assume
Yeah,
it's at Bad Blood.
yeah.
I'll assume.
So, what do you
So
guys think about the Fatal Four-Way for the IC Championship or the number one contenders match? Let us know. Comment below. We're gonna get into my topic from the week. What got me popping was the New Day. So it wasn't nothing major, but it feels like which is crazy because we had that whole thing with IC Jones, and it kind of seemed like to derail this New Day storyline, kind of in a sense. I still feel we had elements of that, but it seems like we might get more of the original New Day feeling back together. And they got a championship match coming up next week on Raw. which is crazy because hey, you guys didn't do nothing. But hey, here's a championship match. And I don't expect them to win, you know, even though I would like them to win because Finn and JD aren't doing any of the tag team titles, but I want the New Day to be the New Day. I don't want them to just be enhancement talent. So I'm hoping this is something to kind of steer them in the right direction to kind of being maybe more of the focal point of the tag team division. How do you feel about
Well, there's still drama. Did you feel it?
that?
Did you
Yeah, I
feel the
felt it.
tension between the two? That was some thick passive aggression or passive aggressiveness. That was like taking backhanded shots at each other. That was crazy.
Mhm.
First, Kofi's like, yo, while you were cosplaying, first of all, he's like, nice
Little friend.
cosplay. Yeah, while you cosplaying at your friends, I was here at work getting stuff done. Now, if you're good friends with somebody who says that, you could be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I was cosplaying. Thank you for recognizing my interests and my hobbies. And thank you for holding down the fort while I was gone. But it felt more like while you were
At
wasting
this,
time gallivanting
yeah.
and
While you're doing that little
carousing.
thing with your little friends,
Yeah,
you can just playing dress up with your little friends. I was out
yeah.
here working hard.
I was doing big boy business, right?
Yeah.
And then Xavier Woods throws in the little, oh, I thought we were going to go through singles route, but, like the tag teams that's where the money is or whatever. He was kind
Yeah.
of like, oh, I thought we were going singles route, but sure, fine, whatever. Dang. Karrion Cross.
Yep. Planting the seed. We planted the seed for dissension.
It's
We planted
growing,
the
it's
seed. So
sprouting. So I
yeah.
like the tension. I like how the tension's still there. I mean, their 10-year anniversary is coming up. Um,
November, I think they said.
Yeah, so it could either be a reunion or a good revival of the New Day, or this could be
Mhm.
Splitsville at the anniversary. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
You think they're splitting? You think they're gonna split?
I think they could use it as the time to split for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
I don't want that, man. We need unity. We need black unity in the community. So it's too much going on. We need black unity in the community. I should run for president.
Yeah.
Black unity in the community. 2026
This is
or
the
2020.
opposite. This is let's do it. Pierre, Super Kick Pod 2028. I was going to say, this is the opposite of Rampage Jackson versus Rashad Evans. When he was like, there's going to be some black on black crime. We have a chance to redeem that situation.
Yeah, man. So yeah, well, if you guys want the New Day to break up, let us know. You guys want the New Day to stay. If you want black unity in the community, vote yes.
Vote yes. Let's go.
So we got those two things wrapped up for what's popping. We're gonna get into our 3 count, which is a 2 count, but we're gonna get into that. If you don't mind, I am going to go first.
All right.
Um, you know what? I'm going to talk about. I know you're a big fan of NXT. NXT is popping off. They're doing big things. They're doing an integration with TNA, which is cool. It's not nothing brand new because we've seen AEW do that with New Japan and ROH and stuff. But there's so much talent in NXT, and when you look at NXT, and I know you watch it a lot, can you give me two male wrestlers and two women wrestlers that you think are ready right now that you say, hey, you two, you four up to the main roster?
Ooh. So for the men, as far as superstardom goes, as far as holding down the crowd and probably bringing in the revenue too, Trick Williams for sure. I'm not crazy about his wrestling, but the showmanship and the superstar aspect of him, it's already hitting ceiling, probably past the ceiling in NXT for me personally. The other guy I would say is Obafemi. I feel like he can put on a match in any arena. It doesn't matter with how many people are seated there. The things that he could do as for someone his size
Mm-hmm.
and what he could do to other people. I mean, him versus Wesley was so sick. Him versus Dijak and Josh Briggs in the triple threat of Stand and Deliver was so good. This dude delivers. So Oba, Femi, and Trick Williams, I feel like are ready to go to the main roster and can hit superstardom like Ilya Dragunov pretty damn fast. They can win the crowd over. For the women,
Okay.
so I think it's a harder curve for the women coming up to the main roster, but given what I'm given right now in NXT, Roxanne Perez, I thought has been more than ready to go up to the main roster. She's already been in the Royal Rumble. And then also, man, there's so many women in this card in this division. I'll go with either Ariana Grace for her theatrical showmanship. She's like Chelsea Green. She's super dramatic.
Hmm.
She could wrestle. She could go. I don't think she could go as hard as Chelsea can in the ring, but either Ariana Grace or Fallon Henley, I think, are ready to be in the main roster. Fallon
Okay.
has just got good in ring ability. She's got good mic skills. She's got the look. She knows she's sexy. She's got the moves that drive the boys wild. She's oh wait, anyways, I was trying to quote HBK. But anyway, I think Fallon Henley, Roxanne Perez for sure. Maybe Ariana Grace for her acting chops, and then for the
Hmm.
men, I feel like Trick Williams and Obafemi can go main roster next week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. What have you seen? What have you seen in NXT that has impressed you?
So the couple matches I've seen with Opa Family, like I'm definitely a big fan. I would like to see what he's able to do on the main roster against, maybe bigger dudes, his size, because the main roster seems to be like kind of still kind of a land of like the Giants. So like I would like to see him in a match with maybe like Priest,
Mm.
or a match against Gunther,
Yeah.
or Braun Strowman or Bronson Reed, or Brian Breaker, you know. Um,
Or Bronny
I think
James.
that yeah, there's a good spot for him in the main roster, so I can see that happening. Uh, Wesley, I've seen clips in him too. I think he can make it to the main roster. Maybe someone that can kind of replace the void that Ricochet left.
Mm, hmm.
So that would be cool. I've been seeing a lot about Roxanne Perez for a very long time, hearing about her. I always wonder how come she hasn't moved up the main roster yet,
Right.
because she kind of reminds me something similar to AJ Lee in a sense, kind
Hmm.
of. Just by like just the size and just the kind of like the ability. Um, for the other like woman, I'm not too sure who else could go up. I'm not too familiar with them, but definitely like those three, I feel like can go up and move up to the main roster.
Right. Yeah. If people who those are great choices and great observations, but there are other women who I think would be ready in a few months, like Sol Ruka, Kaylani Jordan. I'll even say Lash Legend, not necessarily as a wrestler, but the showmanship that she gives off. Or what's her name? Jada Parker. Hey,
Hmm.
Miss
Oh yeah.
Parker. Yeah, I feel like Miss Parker just don't know. Yeah.
You gotta hit the shoulder, man. You gotta hit the shoulder.
Yeah, dude. If she goes up to the main roster, I feel like she'd be ready in a few. I think she would be ready to go to the main roster in a few months too. So yeah, those are my
Cool, cool.
picks. Cool, cool. All right, my three count is something pretty random, but people have opinions on it. Just because right now the WWE schedule is so volatile. No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, volatile or dynamic. It's
Volatile?
I feel like there's musical chairs going on with whatever they're trying to do with the WWE schedule right now, as far as the
Yeah.
show times, the landing spaces of where each show is going to end up. So they announced last night on Raw that Raw is going to be a 2 hour show from 8 till 10 o'clock, still on USA. What we don't know is if it's going to be a 3 hour show once it gets to Netflix. So I have mixed feelings about it being a 2 hour show. One is, and maybe you share the same sentiment, thank God. Like, because sometimes there are, I think I texted you guys a few months ago of like, we've had all this freaking drama and content, and we still have like an hour and a half left to go with this show, right? And I'm like, my head, I don't know how much more I could take of the stimuli. So thank God it's going to be 2 hours. Two, what is that going to do for the people who need time in the
That's right.
limelight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Particularly, mainly the women's roster
Yeah. Yeah.
and other mid carders too. So I don't know how you feel about this. do we want a 2 hour Raw show because their roster and their show has been showing out since WrestleMania more than SmackDown.
Hmm.
So how do you feel about that?
So I wasn't sure if Raw was going to 2 hours. Was Raw and SmackDown both going to be 2 hours, or
Yeah,
were they switching? But from what I wasn't sure if SmackDown was going to 3 hours.
SmackDown is going to 3 hours.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure
Oh,
if they're going to do a switch like that.
I haven't heard of anything close to that.
We gotta check about that. If you guys know if SmackDown is going to 3 hours, let us know. Comment
Yeah,
below. Um, but like I say, I feel it's similar to you. Like, dude, I work all day, and then I get home, and then like we do like 7 to 10. You know, I got a kid, and it's like, yo, I want to do stuff for her. She wants me to do stuff for her. A lot of times I don't even watch the full show anyway. You
mm-hmm.
know, like I wait to the next day and I catch up on it. One, because I like to just fast forward the commercials, you know, and I don't necessarily need to be live because I'm not on social media when I'm watching anyway. A lot of times in the group, when you guys are texting, if I'm not watching the show, I just don't answer I just don't open the thread. I swear,
That
I just don't open the
explains
thread.
it.
So the next day, when I'm responding back and you see all the laughing and stuff like, because I'm going back to the thread, watching the show, you know, because I don't want it to be spoiled. And then I want to tell you guys don't text because I don't want to ruin that. So I just don't go in the thread or I don't go on social media. So for me, it don't really make that difference as far as like the time because like if I'm tired, dude, I'm going to sleep and I'll just
Yeah.
watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
But I do feel bad about people who don't get the proper tick. It's a lot of people already that don't get the tick because storylines are so filled already. But you got CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. You know, like they had, I think Drew McIntyre had I felt like another like 10 minute segment out there, just talking, just to get to the match that we already knew they were going to have already. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you had the also with the Judgment Day. You had Finn Balor come out. You had the interaction between the Terra Twins and Judgment Day and them getting hurt. Then you had a match with still with Judgment Day out there again with Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. Then you had Judgment Day again, kind of with Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's like a good like hour or so of just
Mm-hmm.
Judgment Day stuff.
Yep.
You know, then you go to the main roster. You had PFC out there wrestling, and then you had women's tag team wrestling match. With you had Jada Bianca versus the Unholy Union, which I'm happy they got the name back. They will wrestle again, you know. But then you just had the women are forced to be in multi women matches,
Yeah.
tag matches, because there is enough time for another singles anything for them, and I feel that that's bad, you know. And I think when I even like we just mentioned from 3 count about what women wrestlers should move up to the main roster, and it's like, yeah, that's cool if they moved up, but if they move up to not have nothing, then what's the point of them moving up again?
Yep.
Moving up, you know? Because they move up and then there's no spots for storyline or nothing like that, then that kind of like sucks,
Yeah.
you know, for them.
Where's
And
Kiana
then you think, oh,
James?
I think I read something that I was thinking about her too recently, and then I read something that I think she got hurt. She got like a leg
Oh.
injury.
Oh shoot. 8 minutes,
So
by the
I
way.
read
We
something.
got 8 minutes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like that. And so like I don't know, man, like keep the 3 hours. It doesn't bother me. I hope they go to 3 hours back when they go to Netflix because
Mm-hmm.
I like I say people deserve the proper tick that they need to get to be able to shine. Or you do like in the earlier days of internet and like Zack Ryder had did, and you use the internet for in your favor.
Yep.
You make yourself hot on the internet, and if you make yourself hot, WWE shouldn't punish you for doing so. And I think that's what happens with Jey Uso, which is again separate. I think he made himself hot. The machine didn't make him hot, and I think that's the punishment that he gets for that.
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of my take. What do you guys take on if Raw going to 2 hours? You guys missed the extra hour? Are you guys happy? Let us know. Comment below. I got a 10-4-3 for you guys. Let me grab my hat real quick. All right,
All right.
back with the hat.
Yay.
So my 10-4-3 real quick. It's still talking about the women superstars, the women wrestlers of WWE. We talked about it before how they need a mid card title. I don't know when that's happening, but when it does happen, I think if they do two, I think one person for sure should be getting one. And in my theory, I'm picking Chelsea Green as the first woman to have this inaugural mid card title. Um, she does the work in and out of the ring. And I think we've been able to see more of her in ring ability lately
Mm-hmm.
than before. A lot of times it was just her just popping up, right? She's already been a women's tag team champion, you know. She does the work where she goes back to NXT and challenges whoever it may be, whether they're a face and she's a heel, or you got the new person coming in with like her and Julia coming in and she wrestles her, she wrestles Roxanne Perez. She goes down there and she helps build them up. She's always entertaining when she comes on TV, you know? She had that awesome spot at Money in the Bank. Like who else would I mean, I want to say no other woman could do with that spot, but yo, she did that spot from the top ladder off out to the side of the ring to hit the table like perfectly. You know,
Two
you go back
tables.
and watch it. Yeah. You go back and you watch it and she covered it, she protected herself right. You know, like the women don't really do spots like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like at least not in the WWE, at least like on the main roster. You know, they might be doing it in NXT. They have some great stuff down there. And then
Or in
Snap
AEW.
does stuff with trash can. But Chelsea Green is who I'm picking for the inaugural first mid card women's champion. That's my theory.
Yeah, it's a good one, especially because she was like this close for qualifying for Queen of the Ring, right?
Yep.
And this close to winning Money in the Bank. So no, I agree, and I hope it is so.
So that is our show for today. Um, Make sure you guys tune in Friday. We're going live. I can't stress it enough. It's our first live. Table After Bumps doing live for the Friday the 13th. We're gonna be spooky. Hopefully we won't cross no black cats or step underneath any ladders or break any glass and like that. Let me feel like real like Stone Coldish. Make sure you guys tune into that. Chat it up with us, man. Give us some feedback. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video. Check out our previous videos, man. We just trying to do great things. All likes are appreciated. Comments are appreciated. It just helps the channel grow. Give us a follow, subscribe, do all the good stuff, man. Until next time, hopefully we see you guys Friday. I'm Ringside P. That's Marlon. This is Tables, Ladders, Bumps. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're out.